Did you drink it? Did you drink it? Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Did you drink it? Did you? Hey. You're a big man. You're a big man. Son, do not make it. Do not. Okay? Everybody get Take your shirt off, champ.
All right. I already know what you guys are most likely thinking right now. Mortis, what the hell are you doing? I thought you were supposed to be making a video about the Side Scrollers podcast. Why can't you ever stay committed to shit? Well, my first answer to that would be F you. My second answer would be my videos usually take me a while to make, so a little filler content wouldn't hurt every now and then. So the word is out. On May 13th, the world will come to witness what could possibly be the biggest boxing fight in history. And I'm not talking about in terms of popularity, I'm talking about the incomprehensible amount of weight we're dealing with. Yes, Wings of Redemption and Boogie2988 will come to blows in the latest influencer boxing event. And I found this news so exhilarating that I just had to push aside the Side Scrollers video for now. Because this is literally history we're witnessing. And I feel like I'd be doing a massive disservice to you guys, and myself if I didn't break down and analyze what the hell is going on. So in February of this year, Keemstar put out a tweet confirming the rumors of a possible boxing match between Boogie and Wings of Redemption. Boogie followed up on this tweet by making a video in which he called out Wings to fight him.
This video is going out to you, Jordy. You know, I tried to box Ethan Ralph, and he's too fat. And I tried to box Sam Hyde, but he would have just killed me. But you, Jordy, I think I can knock you out in round one, son. Come on, Jordy. Come on, let's go. Come on, Jordy. Come on, Jordy. Come on, Jordy. What's the matter, huh? Are you chicken?
Keemstar hilariously made another tweet which was taking a dig at DSP. Which, I mean, he ain't lying. Anyway, moving forward to April 23rd, the fight between Wings and Boogie was officially announced and was going to be taking place on the same card as KSI and Joe Fournier. Along with that announcement was also a trailer to help further promote the fight. Now apparently this whole thing was set up by Keemstar, and it's going to be taking place in London at the Wembley Stadium. And going off the history of Wings, we know that traveling long distances isn't something he's particularly fond of.
Here's my take on it. Wings, he lives in Conway, South Carolina. That's something that he says loud and proud all the time, so it's not like I doxed him. And he rarely leaves his town, right? That's a very uncommon thing for him. He hardly leaves his house, right? This is...
Can I interject? I would guess that he has left the town of that he lives in 6 times in his lifetime.
I wouldn't bet against that.
So the fact that he's flying over a fucking ocean this time will be a huge step in his life. It could possibly show a form of growth and commitment that we're just not used to seeing from our nigga Richard. Or he can just bail out at the last minute like he did with the PKA trip. Or make up some excuse to not go like he did when he had the surgery money. And speaking about money, due to Wings being the 62 IQ intellectual that he is, he ended up leaking out just how much Keemstar would be paying the both of them for taking part in this fight, which was just about an even 10 stacks.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is the wrong stuff.
So how about we go ahead and address the 400-pound elephant in the room? Both of these niggas don't know shit about boxing.
God, I suck. Like like what I'm trying to work on is one, also have this thing under my feet, so I'm worried about my feet staying right there. But like, you know. I don't know. I don't have any punching ability.
Do have a plan. Don't let this leave this room. But on my gloves, I'm going to have, look here. Look, listen. And he's going to get a little bit of his own medicine. He's going to get a little bit of, look here. Look, listen.
Like I'm and this is gonna get fucking clipped, right? But I'm basing my boxing training off of Dark Souls 3 PvP. Because in Dark Souls 3, it's hard to hit somebody. But the best way to hit somebody is to get them to close the distance for you. You can do that by feigning and, you know, head movements, things of that nature, and disrupting timing. So that's my goal, is to disrupt timing and get Boogie to do the work for me. Well, I don't fight. Like, what's going to end up happening with me is when Boogie's doing this number, I'm going to take his right arm, you know, parry it, and hit him with a left. And then see what happens, right? Parry that arm, hit him with a left. Try to get in, sneak an uppercut under the arm, hit him with another left. But this is what I'm worried about. Like, that's what, like 40 seconds?
But I'm not saying that as a form of criticism, because you can obviously tell that this fight was made purely for the sake of entertainment. Because let's be real for a second, we all know that this fight is most likely not going to make it past the second round. Boxing is a cardio-focused sport, and I feel like this goes without saying, but Wings and Boogie aren't exactly what you call conditioned athletes. I also shouldn't forget to mention that both of these guys have zero knowledge of boxing fundamentals. They're not going to be setting up any combos, try to evade or read each other's movements. Hell, I don't even expect for them to even throw a punch with good form. I picture these dudes swinging at each other from the moment the bell rings, and praying to God that one of the wild haymakers they throw connects hard enough to get them that knockout. Both of these dudes are going to gas out, and they're going to gas out pretty quick. If you're looking for a close example of how this fight is going to play out, then I suggest looking at the time Kimbo Slice fought against DeFar Harris.
Kimbo, a few words?
I'll just wait till I get asked the question.
Okay, Dada?
Listen, I thank each and every one of you guys.
You fool! Shut up, man.
Man, listen.
You ain't got shit to say.
Listen.
These guys were pretty much past the prime of their life and had hit their limit by the end of round 1. They had wasted so much energy that their punches had no amount of power behind them, and the only way Kimbo Slice ended up winning was due to DeFar collapsing in the ring due to exhaustion. After the fight, we learned that DeFar had legit died in the cage after suffering kidney failure and 2 heart attacks mid-fight, and it was a miracle that he was able to recover at the hospital. This also reveals another possible outcome that Boogie and Wings are very well aware of, and it's the fact that both of them could endure something very life-threatening during or after their match.
Boogie, people have said some stuff to me that's got me a little bit worried. They're like, Boogie, aren't you morbidly obese? Don't you have polycythemia? Don't you have an enlarged heart? Don't you have high blood pressure? Didn't you used to be diabetic? Didn't you used to be 600 pounds? Isn't your back fused together? Don't your knees have arthritis in them? And I'm like, yeah, that's all true. But if you met the guy I'm fighting, okay, I think I'm going to be all right.
On May 1st, Keemstar set up a live interview between Wings and Boogie that was supposed to serve as an online press conference. In this hour-long interview, Boogie displayed a huge amount of confidence, and his overall attitude showcased just how excited and ready he was for their fight. Meanwhile, Wings was much more recluse. He really didn't speak up in the small amount of time he was given. If we're going over who was winning the psychological battle between these two, Boogie is clearly winning by a landslide. Here are just a few personal highlights of that interview that I found pretty interesting.
Right now, you've been sleeping all day. That's the opposite of training.
Hey, I'm gonna get my calories up when I get in that ring. But right now I'm trying to get this weight off.
You know what I've been doing today, Jordy? I got up after I
know,
got a 4 a.m. text. I got up, I launched my podcast. I have trained, I have walked my dogs. I am working on other podcast interviews. I'm upliving my life every day. You're sleeping through your day. What are you doing? This is the peak of your life. This is the prime of your life. This is the last time you're ever going to be relevant. Do you understand? right here, right now is the last time you are ever going to be relevant. Why aren't you striking on that? Why aren't you vlogging? Why aren't you doing a podcast? Why aren't you doing shows? You're sleeping. Don't worry about sleep. Worry about your life. Worry about your career. Worry about your work right now. Worry about training. I'm glad you're losing weight. I'm glad this is a good excuse for you to lose weight. But I want to put a good show on there. If you fall asleep 30 seconds in, that's not a good show.
Okay, real quick question for both of you guys. I'll ask Boogie first. So, Boogie, you were saying before that, you're someone who likes to be friends with people. You're a friendly guy, right? But when it comes to Wings, that's not really someone you could get behind. Looking at Wings, looking at his history, looking at who he is, what are some of the things that you look at Wings and you're like, I don't fucking like this guy. I want to knock this guy out. Why don't you like Wings? What about him specifically?
Man, if I'm being genuine about it, and I mean, I have to really swallow my ego to answer this genuinely, but I will. I look at Jordy and I see a man who, just like me, sought comfort over doing the work. He decided to stay in his home and give up and not fight for himself and not fight for his life and fight for his fucking family. Right now, he's got people to fight for. And I lost mine. And I look at what we've both done to our bodies. And I see Jordy getting up to as big as he was, getting bypass surgery and still not losing as much weight as I did. And I see so much of what I hate in myself in Jordy. I mean, all the controversy, any of that bullshit aside, I don't really care. I don't even know that much about it. What bothers me is when I look at Jordy, I see a younger version of me, and I want to knock some sense into him. I want him to understand that the path I have led, the path he is currently on, ends in misery, pain, and disaster. And I'm trying to fix that now at 48. He can fix that shit right now at 37. And if I can knock that into him, I plan to.
Jordy, how do you respond to that?
Honestly, I blanked out.
For me, at the end of the day, I want to say that it's never too late to turn your shit around. And yeah, I might not ever be a 200-pound man. I might not ever be skinny. I might not ever be a fitness influencer, but I can get healthy enough to where they approve
really?
me. I'm just saying I'm saying it might not happen, but if it does, that's great. But I'm saying even at 48 years old, even at once living 600 pounds, I couldn't stand up, man. I couldn't stand up. My wife had to help me from my recliner to my wheelchair, dude. That's the life I used to live. And now I'm living this life. And in a few years, I'm hoping I'm living it 10 times better. So the question is, if I can even get to the point with everything I've gone through and everything I've faced and everything I'm facing now, if I can even get to a point where this boxing board has signed off and said, you know what, he can do it. And my doctor got to the point and said he could do it. Do you think they would have put a 600-pound wheelchair-bound man into the ring? That's how much I've improved my life.
Now, another big question that's been going around ever since this fight was officially confirmed was the issue of this all being scripted.
There is no fixing of the fight. Like I've said before, like it's 100% real. 100% real. But like it's 100% real. I mean, like I feel like I'm gonna knock Boogie out.
Now, my personal opinion on this is, while yes, there is a good possibility that this can all be fake. I mean, with Keemstar running the show, anything could be possible. I find myself believing more that this just isn't the case. My primary reason for believing this is the fact that they're doing this whole fight for free. Nobody has to pay money to see this thing go down. So while I can understand the reasoning behind believing this whole thing is fixed, I'm gonna keep sniffing my hopium until it's proven otherwise. Another thing you might be wondering is which one of these fat motherfuckers do I truly expect to come out the victor? And honestly, it's really hard for me to say. Now, I don't want to be the one to fence it, but this fight could literally go either way. It's gonna come down to the nigga whose lungs are in more functional condition. But I guess if you're looking for who exactly am I rooting for, honestly, I guess I'm leaning more towards Wings. I'm pretty sure it's due to some form of bias, since I know the history of Wings and his problems compared to that of Boogie. But don't get it twisted, I still dislike Wings as a person, but he's pretty much a decade younger than Boogie, and was also a high school athlete. I also shouldn't forget to mention that about a few days ago, the world had came to suffer the loss of one of the greatest cats that ever graced the earth.
Hey, everybody. No, I'm not sick. I can't really talk about Rocco without crying. So I come on here to try to get my mind off of it. Rocco's still alive right now, but we're probably going to euthanize him tomorrow. I've said my goodbyes. And Rocco has kidney failure. And even if I caught it quicker, I could have gave him maybe another year. But it's genetic. I've been crying for like 4 hours, nasty. I'm almost dehydrated. Am I going to let the cat outside? No. He's not going to be an outside cat whatsoever. I bought a cat carrier, bought a litter box, bought a litter box pad, and I bought a scratch post. I bought like little cardboard scratch posts. I put about $350 in this damn cat already, and I haven't even got it yet. So everybody's picking on me about this bucket thing. You got to understand, I was like age 5 when that happened. And I didn't mean for it to happen that way. It's just something that did happen. I have nothing like that towards animals. I love animals. Picture of cat. I do have a picture of the cat. It's on my Twitter, so let me flop over here. Well, I don't have him yet. I gotta pick him up tomorrow.
What time?
Probably at 1 o'clock. This is him licking his junk. His shelter name is Rocco. Rocko. But I think I'm gonna change it because he doesn't really respond to it. Well, I've been living by myself and like I wanted a friend. The cat's not seeing the Eco Boost. He'll see the Eco Boost when I go pick him up. He's the best kitty. Ban Sicilian Deuce, please. I slammed my cat. I picked my cat up off my desk and put him in the floor. That's not slamming my fucking cat. There you go. Now you suck on my pants.
I've been really under the weather lately, and like it feels like I can never get rid of it. But like, I don't want to say like, oh, I'm allergic to Rocco, because I've never been allergic to cats before, and like I didn't get sick till like 7 days after I got him. It's a week, maybe 2 weeks. If I don't kick this thing in the next 2 weeks, I'm probably gonna have to send Rocco back to the Humane Society. If I'm allergic to him, yeah. I mean, like, I don't want to send him back. That's why I'm gonna give it another 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I remember when she first came out. That's when the game was actually good.
Truly a sad day to realize that Jasper outlived one of his first victims. Like father, like son, I suppose. But hopefully this gives Wings the motivation he needs to leave everything in the ring and achieve victory in the name of his fallen feline. Now, one last thing I want to talk about is Keemstar being 100% spot on for calling out Phil's unwillingness to do what Wings and Boogie are doing.
Yeah, fuck DSP, man. I cannot believe that fucking clown. But hey, look, I think you and Boogie doing this fight automatically puts you guys at level 2. DSP is still stuck at level 1. And he's never making it to level 2. And I think whoever wins this fight makes it to level 3.
As a response to all of Keemstar's callouts, this motherfucker changed his name on Twitter to this. And what really pisses me off about Phil is his ability to rant and whine about how other streamers are getting the recognition he truly feels like he deserves. Yet when opportunities are literally handed into his lap, He turns it away and sticks his head in the sand like the coward he truly is. He really has no earthly idea how to expand. And if he could just bite his pride and work with Keemstar on something, instead of holding on to this pointless grudge that has done nothing but make him look like an absolute dumbass, maybe he could finally make it out of level 1. DSP simply just doesn't have the heart to do what Wings and Boogie are doing. And it's such a shame because this is the same nigga who honestly believed that he can beat Mike Tyson in the real fight.
Dorky cheers, so would you rather fight Mike Tyson or replay all Crash Team Racing with the Guitar Hero controller? If I fought Mike Tyson, I probably could be faster than him. I would think, because he's pretty old and he probably can't move very well anymore. So maybe I could get around him and have to like hit him in the legs or something. But Crash Team Racing, I think, would be pretty unplayable with a guitar controller. So I'd probably fight Mike Tyson.
Let's just face facts, Phil. You're a 41-year-old man who's gonna spend the rest of your life streaming to 400 viewers. Some of them not even your real fans. And spending the majority of your income on fast food and wrestling JPEGs. No one is truly expecting you to box Wings and Boogie, cause we all know you'll be too busy crying in the bathroom when it's time to throw down. And doing DX cross chops ain't gonna save your ass from getting knocked the fuck out. The only thing you could beat, and only known for beating, is your micro penis. So hopefully one day you can finally understand why nobody on the internet could ever take you seriously. But with all that being said, I want to wish Boogie and Wings the best of luck in their competition, and let the better conditioned man win. Hopefully the ring could withstand all that pressure.